What's up, guys? Sam here, and I'll be doing the free video for Friday, April 10th, 2026. So I just finished making the premium video for the folks in the Mastering the Trade room, and as always in these free videos I want to give you guys kind of a diluted version of maybe a summarized version is a better way of saying it, of what we did in the Mastering the Trade room video today. So in that video we looked at SPY, QQQ, the dollar, oil, HYG, which is high yield credit, and VIX. And we do that to put all the pieces together to see if everything makes sense for one cohesive story. So let's dive in here. I want to show you guys kind of a summarized version of what we did, and then I'm also going to show you the trade idea that I've gone ahead and started. And I'll also show you a secondary trade idea for the long side in case the market decides to go bullish. So let's start here with the QQQ because we've been focusing on this index in these videos. You know, we had been talking about establishing a put debit spread, and the put debit spread was 500 and 570. And I went ahead and started that trade yesterday. So I didn't want to start it, down here or here or here. And so I waited until yesterday when the SPX got to what I thought was a resistance level to start this trade. So I have actually started this campaign as of this point. And let me grab it. So here's what the trade ends up looking like. And it's the 570, 500 put debit spread. I ended up going out till September with it, and then I also got one for June. Initially I was going to just go with June. I changed my mind. I said, you know what, let's be a little bit more conservative. The reason being is because you always want to think in terms of risk first as a trader. You never want to think in terms of reward first. Always put risk at the forefront. And going out till September gives me a lot more flexibility in terms of how I manage this trade, right? Because I want to continue to scale into this. Each one of these cost me about $11, and each one of these cost me about $7. So together I have about $3,000 worth of risk on this trade, and it's a starter position for me. The reason that I don't want to go all in initially on this trade yesterday or today for that matter is just because I don't know if I'm right or not, right? So what I need to see is more signals that would imply that, hey, this is going to go in the right direction, continue to add to the trade, even at higher prices, I don't mind. Or if you're wrong, or if I'm wrong, you want to be able to cut the trade and not have full size on the loss, right? Full size meaning, you've gone all in terms of your position sizing, and now it's going against you. So this is my starter position on this trade. Again, it's the 570 500 put debit spread for September 18th, and that is a trade that I started in the room yesterday. Again, I fully acknowledge and I actually believe that I might be early, if not wrong, on this trade. I'm not convinced that I'm wrong, but I am more convinced that I might be early. So I would actually be looking for this trade. If you're looking to do it, you don't have to initiate it. It also depends on your account size, because $11 is not, it's a big size for some folks. You can always make it smaller. There's a lot of ways that you can turn that into a small account trade. But I might be early because the market is still very much leaning bearish. Positioning is leaning bearish. Mechanically, the market has room to move higher here into OPEX. And so I'm kind of looking for this to happen close to after April OPEX, that we can get maybe some shenanigans to the downside. Okay, so if you wanted to wait for that date and kind of let all of the stuff in between pass, I think that makes sense. If you are working with the indicators, really the main signal for me to add more to this trade is going to be to close this signal here, right? So you see how it says thrust confirmed? That's because you got an arrow down here on March 31st, and that arrow basically launched you up at this point 50 handles on the Qs, which is pretty impressive. The next signal to get in for me to add more to the trade that I just showed you is going to be a daily down arrow here that would cancel out this momentum and would likely reverse the chart. Now here's the thing, I don't know if that happens on Monday and we get an arrow here. I don't know if that has to go all the way to OPEX and this thing goes all the way up here and then we get the arrow. And frankly, I don't know if this is the start of a new bull market that will take the QQQ to 700, right? Maybe this just goes up here and kind of does this, kind of like it did back here, right? I don't have any insight as to what will happen next, and therefore, as a trader, all we can really do is position ourselves and then control our risk. So hopefully that conversation earlier in terms of scaling into a trade that has plenty of time with the ability to bail on, 1/5 or 1/6 of a position instead of having the full position really does resonate with you. Let me show you a couple of other things really quickly here. So that was one trade idea. It's going to be the 570, 500 put debit spread for September on the Qs. Again, feel free to pass on that one until after OPEX, or completely for that matter if you see the market more bullishly. HYG here, we're just going to do a quick vibe check on this, and we're going to see if it's above or below 80, and it, basically 80.01, it is above 80. So this is going to favor the bullish side of the market for now. So that's all completely intact. Again, just giving you the summarized version of what we did in the Mastering the Trade video, much longer video. And then in terms of a long idea, so there's really only two things that I see that are relatively clean longs here in this market, and it was the semiconductors, which are a little bit hard to buy here at all-time highs. This is an incredible gap up, so very, very impressive stuff here, but very well aligned. I would look to buy a pullback. I don't have a trade on the idea on this one because it's not going to trigger a buy until a much deeper pullback here. There's just nothing I can do with this pattern, but I want to put it on your radar obviously because the semiconductors are such an important sector and it is a very bullish chart, especially compared to the rest of the market. The other one that I want to put on your radar here is going to be the IWM, and on this one I can actually give you a trade idea. I don't have an entry on it because it is a little bit too spicy to the upside and away from a key support level, but I know where the support level is, or at least I know where I will initiate. And on IWM here, one thing I want to point out, one thing that came up in the Mastering the Trade video, is that this is the only index that has a weekly chart that has a max bull score, right? And if I look at the futures, it's max bull. The futures meaning RTY, it's max bull and it has a squeeze. The Russell itself, the IWM, doesn't have a squeeze, but the futures do. So be aware of that. This is by far the best index. There's no other index that even comes close to being this good on the weekly chart. So the trade that I would want to initiate here on the IWM is going to be a pullback buy into 256.5, which is going to be the anchored VWAP for the beginning of the year. So think of this as the average price paid, factoring in volume, since the beginning of the year, kind of like a super moving average. That level comes in at 256.5. We would need a pullback into that level, and then I would look to sell the put credit spread, 257 or 256, put debit spread, usually about 14 days out, so about 7 to 14 days out. Make it as wide as you want, right? So the exact trade idea on the IWM is going to be wait for a pullback buy into 256.5 and then sell the at the money put credit spread to take advantage of a strong chart and relatively high IV with skew towards the puts. So I think that idea makes the most amount of sense on this chart. Now again, if the market starts to fall apart, then the first trade idea will be better. If the market starts to rally, the IWM, I think, is in a unique position to benefit, as well as semiconductors. Alright guys, well that's my time. Thanks as always for listening. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. It always helps us with the algorithm, so before you click somewhere else on the YouTube, drop us a like, drop us a comment, drop us a like, drop us a comment. It really does help us out with the algorithm, and I would certainly appreciate you. Alright guys, that's my time. Have a great Friday, great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Cheers. Hey traders, this is Sam with Simpler Trading. I want to thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you found the information in it helpful. If you did, leave us a like, leave us a comment. It really does help us out with the algorithm. And if you want to see us trade live with our own real money and be part of the community, come and check us out at simplertrading.com.